What's the deal, Everyday Shooter fam? It's Jay Shep, aka Everyday Shooter here, back again with another one. Now today, I'm gonna be going over another one of the guns that's in my collection here. As if if you're a follower of the channel, you know that I like stuff that's a little different that most people don't really have, or a lot of people don't have, just because I don't want to be a bandwagoner and all that type of stuff. But anyway, this weapon that I first came across, I think I first came across it um, as a gamer, actually. It was in a game called Battlefield. I don't know if you've ever seen the Battlefield game, but it's a game that's a first-person shooter game. If you look over here, you'll see what I'm talking about. But basically, this is the Kel-Tec Rfb. If you aren't familiar with the Kel-Tec Rfb, what the Rfb stands for is Rifle Forward Ejecting Bullpup. Okay, so it's a bullpup. It's supposed to be a battle rifle. It's supposed to be ease of use, close quarter if you want to, and it's chambered in 308, so it packs a wallop. You know what I mean? It's definitely got some punch to it. I don't know if you can see my face is a little puffy, but I'll tell you why it's a little puffy later. So anyway, if you haven't seen the gun, this is the gun right here. It is a bullpup, so that means that the trigger group is in front of where the magazine is inserted, so basically, and the forward ejection, meaning that, there you go right there. So it doesn't eject to the sides, it comes straight out the front right over the top of the barrel. But yeah, so this is the 16-inch version. It also comes, I believe, in an 18-inch version as well. Let's see here. It comes with the Picatinny rail on top. This is just something that I slapped on there that I had. But you'll probably want something that's a little sturdier than this one here. This is I believe it's a Monstrum, so this is just something that I had to put on there. But this is definitely not gonna. You're gonna need something beefier than this because it doesn't seem to do the job. Again, I'm still kind of new to this, so I'm still trying to, get my feet wet, see what's good, what's not good before I just go break the bank for stuff like optics and things like that. If it was something like maybe a smaller caliber, again, this is a 308, this might have done the job, but I don't think this is what I'm gonna stick with. This is just what I had because I wanted to shoot it. But anyway, as far as what comes on it, this does not come on it. The foregrip nor the bottom Picatinny rail. These are accessories that I had to purchase aftermarket, and I had to get them, I believe, actually from Kel-Tec. I had to get this from Kel-Tec, and this is just a Magpul that I got. But the bottom Picatinny rail, I had to purchase that aftermarket. One other thing that I got that I added onto it, looks like pretty dope. I mean, because it looks like kind of like a futuristic like space gun, right? Let me see, just so y'all know, it's empty. There's nothing in the gun. All right, so for you safety freaks out there, don't think that I'm just waving this thing around a loaded 308. But I mean, it looks dope. You would think that it's something that you want to work with, but like I said, my cheek is puffy as hell right now because I took it to the range and this thing beat me up, damn near gave me a black eye. Like, I can't even lie to you. Look how puffy it is. But anyway, that's one thing that I will say that I did not like about this. Maybe they have some kind of cheek pad or something that you could put on here. I don't really see how you would attach it. That's one other issue with this gun. There's not a ton of aftermarket parts. The only reason I found this is because I went to the actual Kel-Tec website and found this Picatinny rail that I could add to the bottom. One other thing that I got from Kel-Tec, as you would notice just right here, it usually just has a large thread on the front, but this is a bayonet lug. If you don't know what a bayonet lug is, I'm going to show you real quick. I'm back now. Okay, so if you want to see what the bayonet does and what it adds to it, it definitely looks dope. I don't know about how functional this would be like out in the field or whatever. Here's the bayonet. So it's easy enough to put on there. But I did have to file it down a little bit. This is just a bayonet that I found. I believe it's an M9 bayonet. But yeah, so you just put this on here like this. There we go. All right, so put this on there like that, and now you got the bayonet. So it does have a little bit of a rattle to it. That's just because, like I said, I had to file it down to get it around the birdcage flash hider. But I guess if you were out there and you had, had a malfunction, this would be beneficial to have on there, and you'll see why. Because this gun is, I can't lie, it's definitely very finicky when it comes to the type of ammunition. It's got an adjustable gas adjustment right here. You can adjust the gas system right here at the top or at the front. You just click it to the left or to the right, depending on the ammunition. I haven't had a ton of use using like a lower grain ammunition like the 145 or 150. But I did notice that once I got up into like the 165, 168 grains on the 308, it seems to start cycling a lot better. Maybe Kel-Tec or somebody else who has a little more experience with this gun can tell me what I'm doing wrong. I went through a couple of videos on YouTube trying to figure out what the trick is to the gas adjustment. I just could not figure it out when it was on the lower grains. When it got to the higher grains, like I said, it runs a little bit better. But it does have a charging handle right here that is ambidextrous. You can swap it to both sides. It is easy to take down. You don't even need a tool to take it down. But as far as malfunctions in the field, which this does seem to be prone to, you are just like, you're screwed. Like if you get, because it's hard to diagnose the issue sometimes. Like I just have to pop out the magazine and rack it a couple times, see if it's in there, turn it over to look inside of here to see if maybe there's something stuck in there. But yeah, so that's one of the other issues that I had with this thing. And it's like I told you, this thing beat me up. It's got a hell of a kick on it. I mean, maybe it's because of 308, but it definitely has a hell of a kick on it, both on your chest and on your face. Maybe as far as ear protection goes, maybe that had something to do with it, because I had the regular, Walther muffs or whatever. They're kind of slimline or whatever, but still, that you have to adjust it to get your, to get your eye through there. Maybe a riser or something might help with that. But like I said, this thing right here was beating my face up. Like I only put like 3 mags through it or something like that, and I feel like I just got into a fight, and I lost that hole. But anyway, y'all, I took it to the range. I've got some footage for you. You tell me what you think. It definitely had some malfunctions when it comes to cycling with the lower grain. I started out with 150 grain, I believe it was. It was some ammo that I got a long time ago, and I just had bought it because it was real cheap. But like I said, this thing does not like that. It pick and choose. It's real snobbish when it comes to what kind of ammunition it takes. It finally started working when I had upped it to the 165 grain 308 from Hornady. So you'll see in the video what kind of issues that I had with this. So this bayonet thing will definitely come in handy, because more than likely this thing is gonna fail if you don't have it just dialed in perfectly on the ammunition. As far as the ammunition goes, once you get a good working ammunition, just keep buying that same ammunition, because you're not going to be able to swap from one ammunition to another with this thing. It's definitely just, it's gonna leave you hanging, leave you stuck out. As far as the futuristic look and all that, I give it an A+. As far as the execution on it, I can't really say that I'm a huge fan of how this thing works. I gotta be honest. It's, as far as the price point on it, for as much as this thing costs, you would think that it worked a little bit better, but I think maybe it's just more of a novelty type thing that maybe has some more kinks to work out. Kel-Tec, if you got any suggestions or anything for me so that I can be more in love with this thing, please, I would love to hear it. But until then, I don't know if I would make this a purchase other than just as something as to collect, but definitely not as a functioning go-to battle type rifle. This is not what I would choose. You got I don't know if I mentioned this, as far as the safety, you got an ambidextrous safety here. The trigger is kind of comparable to like a mil-spec trigger, so it's not a super dope trigger. As far as mods, there's not a lot on the market for this, and the only aftermarket mods that I found were strictly from the Kel-Tec website. Maybe that's changed since I bought it. But other than that, there's a few um, things that Kel-Tec still got to go back to the drawing board on this. Maybe they've made some changes since then. When I first purchased this, I haven't really put a ton of rounds through it just because I got tired of dealing with the gas system issue, and I didn't want to go buy a bunch of ammunition because ammunition was highest. It was real high for a long time. So I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just put this thing away till ammunition goes back down. It hadn't really gone back down, but it's a little bit more available at least. So what I did was just stop cheaping out and went ahead and just purchased a little bit more expensive ammunition with a little higher grain on it, and it seemed to work just fine. But y'all go ahead and take a look at the footage, and it'll give you a better idea than I can explain to you. A picture's worth 1,000 words, right? So let's go ahead and hit the range, and I'll meet you back here. Man, this. I'm just gonna change the ammo. Man, she kicking like a dang mule. Just starting to realize that I'm gonna feel that tomorrow. All right, so you see what I was saying? Did you see what I was saying as far as like how it was kicking me back, how it was kicking me back? I even saw me touching my face a few times because it was like, damn. I feel like it's getting puffier as this video has gone by. Like seriously. But anyway, this thing is definitely it's got some things to work out. So if you're in the market for one, if you're thinking about getting one, hopefully this video will help you to make a better informed decision. Like I said, some people just want it because they look cool. That's why I thought it was gonna be dope because it's got a short barrel, because it's a bullpup. For close quarters, things like that. I thought it would be cool. As far as the bayonet, I was like, oh, I gotta go get the bayonet. If it's an option, I'm gonna put it on there just because I think that looks dope and it looks like a Rambo knife or whatever. So, but anyway, I was kind of disappointed. I can't even lie. I was kind of disappointed as far as the overall for this gun. So I'm gonna have to give it like maybe a C minus. Yeah. But otherwise, if all you need is one shot, yeah. But if you need, it holds the magazine. It comes with 2 magazines. If I didn't say this before, 2 20-round magazines. Or no, it comes with 1. I had to buy the second one. Yeah, so I had to buy the second magazine. It came with 1 magazine. It's a 20-round magazine for 308. So I guess that's pretty good for that big of a round. But if you can just get all the way through the magazine, it would be dope. But like I said, I can count on one hand the amount of times that I've ran through this thing without a single hiccup. You saw in the video, I got it to run a couple of mags, but even then, it still had a little bit of hiccup, and I had to kind of kick the charging handle forward in order to put it all the way into battery. But yeah, so hopefully this helped you guys. Once again, I'm gonna show you what to do. Peace.